Hello, I am James Knight, and I'm the founder of Gentle Somatic Yoga and Somatic Wellness. Welcome to your practice. This practice is intended to access most muscle groups in your body, and instead of focusing on stretching, I'm going to be guiding you through some somatic movements that will help you repattern your brain to muscle connection. The goal in this practice isn't the outcome, it's more about discovery and exploration. So if you'd like to join me, find a comfortable way to sit and close your eyes. You can also be doing this in a chair if you prefer. So let's take some cleansing breaths together to ground and to bring our whole self into the now moment. So please take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Audible sound, exhale. Deep breath in through the nose, extra sips at the top. Long audible exhale, release the shoulders. One more, inhale. And exhale. Relax the face, relax the shoulders, relax the belly. And let's just sit here for a moment and draw your attention inwards. Draw your attention inwards to felt sensation. For example, do you feel the places where you're touching the surface, the floor, the chair? How do you feel with the clothes touching your skin? Can you feel your ribs and your belly changing shapes as you breathe in and as you breathe out? Beautiful. And now please blink your eyes open and join me for the first movement flow, which is called Namaste Flow. So please bring your hands to heart center and take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, curl your back body, bring your chin to your chest, and bring your arms forward. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, let the arms float back down towards the earth. And bring your hands back to prayer center. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your pelvis, bring your arms forward, chin to chest. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, let the arms come back down towards the earth. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Back body's into a large C shape. Inhale, lift the arms, take an extra sip of air at the top. Exhale, arms come back down by your side. Inhale, heart center, last time. Exhale, extend the arms, chin to chest, tuck the pelvis. And inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms down. Bring your hands, palms facing up on the back of your knees. Close your eyes. And this is called a soma scan. It's where we're directing our full attention to the inside of the body. So in this moment, what do you notice on the level of internal felt sensation? For example, right now I feel tingling sensations in my hands. I feel my legs touching the floor. I feel like I've increased my energy a little. How about you? How do you feel from the inside out? And then gently blink your eyes open. In this sequence, the muscles that attach from the bottom of the skull to the middle part of the back. On a lot of us, these muscles are super tight. So in this flow called foot sliders, I'm going to guide you through a movement that's not only going to repattern the muscles, but also lengthen the fascia in the back body from the heel to the top of the forehead. So if you'll join me, please find a comfortable position where you can bend your knees and wrap your arms around your knees. And then sitting up nice and tall, this is called a pre-check. In Gentle Somatic Yoga, we like to check in before a movement and check in after a movement so that you can feel if there's been any changes. And that's part of the repatterning, the re-education from the brain to muscle. So let me guide you through an experience. So sitting up nice and tall, lengthen through the top of the head and tilt your head backwards safely. When you're at your range of motion, when your head wants to stop, then just pick a spot, an imaginary dot on the ceiling that you can remember right now, and then we'll check in after the movement. Beautiful. So now bring your hands behind you with your fingers pointing away. Draw your heels closer in towards the pelvis, and we'll start with the right leg. So slowly push the right foot forward, slide it on the floor. It's easier on a smooth surface. Balance on the heel and curl your toes downward. And then flatten the foot, pause, and slide the foot back nice and slow. Lift the toes and spread the toes. So the ball of the foot stays on the floor. And this is how simple this movement is, but it's super profound to release the muscles of the back and the neck. So slide the foot forward, balance on the heel, curl the toes as if you're holding a pencil on your toes, under your toes, and then flatten the foot and slide the foot back. Keep the ball of the foot on the floor, lift and spread the toes. So if you'd like to work with your eyes closed, we're just going to do a couple more repetitions, and I'm going to invite you to feel the muscles on top of your foot, the bones, the ligaments, and feel the sensations of the surface underneath your foot. So the intention is to just really start to feel and sense this part of your body, again, from the inside out. So we'll do two more. Slide the foot forward, balance on the heel, curl the toes, flatten the foot, slide it back, lift and spread the toes. And the upper body's relaxed. So the hands and the arms are acting as kickstands. So the upper body is soft and, relaxed. So last time, slide the foot forward, sense and feel the right ankle, the toes, the shin, the knee. And as you slide your foot back, you might even feel sensation into the hips and pelvis. Lift and spread the toes, and then pause. All right, let's do a post check. So let's just notice if we've increased our range of motion. So sitting up nice and tall. And again, only if this is safe for your neck, extend up first, and then tilt the neck and look up. And notice if you've changed your range of motion. I'm not sure if you remember what mine was, but that was pretty significant. I would guess I changed at least 15% maybe. So how about you? Did you notice a change? And now let's do the other side. So again, the hands and arms are acting as kickstands. Bring your heels back. Slide the left foot forward, slow and smooth. Balance on the heel. Curl the toes. And if you feel cramping in your feet, then do less of an engagement of the muscles when you curl the toes. Slide the foot back, slow and smooth. Lift and spread your toes, but keep the ball of the foot on the floor. So on your own now, if you'd like to close your eyes, part of the main technique of Gentle Somatic Yoga and Somatic Wellness is scanning from the inside out for sensation. So this is really like a moving meditation. And you're just exploring these different body shapes and how you feel in them. And with this awareness is going to repattern your muscles from the level of the brain and reset your muscles to their optimal length in a resting position. And I'll explain more of this in another video, but for now, just continue enjoying the experience of sensing and feeling this left foot and the left toes and the heel and the ankle. And remember to just breathe natural breath. There really isn't a breath pattern in most of the somatic movement flows. You're just staying grounded and having a sense of peace as you explore these movements. We'll do one more repetition. Slide the foot out, balance on the heel, point the toes down, and then Flatten the foot, slide it back, lift and spread the toes. And now with the left foot, I'm going to invite you to see if you can create kind of like a wave-like pattern with your toes. So lifting one toe up at a time and bringing it back down again, and then seeing if you can reverse that. And some of you might find it's difficult to isolate each toe, and just stay curious about that. And let's do the right foot. So it's as if there was a piano here, then you might think about your toes hitting each key. And then reverse. And then rest. And let's do the final post check. So sitting up nice and tall. Putting your arms around your knees. Extend up through the top of the head first. And then tilt your head back. And notice if you've increased your range of motion. Wow, so the second time for me, I really noticed that I had more range. And so part of this method, as you notice already, we're not focusing on stretching, as I mentioned before. Through these movements, we're just changing the fascia and changing the length of a muscle from the level of the brain. So now let's go on to the next flow, which is called the Lighthouse. So if you're able, please bring your right knee forward and your left foot behind. If this is uncomfortable for your body, you can extend this top leg, and you can also put a bolster or a pillow underneath this knee, as well as you can also put a prop underneath your gluteal muscles like a folded blanket. I'm comfortable being in this position, so please find your comfortable position. Bring your hand behind you. This hand and arm is going to act as a kickstand again. And let's do the pre-check. So bring your left hand to your right shoulder and slowly twist to the right and allow your left hip to roll forward. And then look over your right shoulder with the eyes open. Put an imaginary dot on a wall, a piece of furniture, or the floor that you can remember, and come back to neutral. So in this method, the brain learns through contrast. So from this position, let's continue lifting and twisting to the right. So there's a spiral in the spine, moving slow and smooth. And notice how the left hip tips forward. And then as we unwind, the left hip comes down, elbow rests on the chest, and we start moving to the left. So bring the left shoulder blade back. And then let's again slowly move to the right. And if you'd like to close your eyes, that helps with that internal awareness, building internal awareness. And most importantly, move in a way that feels good to your body. If you feel pain or strain, then please change your body shape and use some props to stay comfortable. If your body's resisting, then there won't be that brain to muscle learning. So one more time, twist to the right. Roll the left hip forward and feel the muscles of the left leg engaging, and also into the glutes and piriformis. And maybe even pause here for a moment, take a breath, and then unwind slow and smooth. And continue moving the torso left and right, but this time move the head in the opposite direction without strain. So the torso lifts and turns, and the head moves to the opposite shoulder. Feel the left hip rolling forward, and then the sit bone of the left side is going to come down as you gaze over your right shoulder. So please feel free to create your own movement within this movement. In other words, if you'd like to arch your back, feel free. Just use your own intuition about how you'd like to move your body within these instructions. And now the next part of the sequence is to bring your fingertips to touch your chin. And as we twist to the right, I'm going to invite you to look left. So the eyes are gazing left, but we're twisting to the right. Pause. And then unwind to the left. Torso comes to the left, and eyes look to the right. And it's okay if the eyes blink. If you feel dizzy, you can close your eyes and look underneath your eyelids as long as it's the opposite direction of the movement. One more time. And come back to center. Okay, so next there's 2 more pieces to this movement. Place your hand back on your shoulder, twist comfortably to the right, and pause here. Look down at your elbow and draw an imaginary line from the elbow, from the floor to the ceiling. And you can place your chin on your forearm and just come into a comfortable arch. And then keeping your chin connected to your forearm, draw your elbow down towards the floor and the back body comes into a C shape. Again, please stay comfortable in your body, slow and smooth. You can close your eyes if you like and just feel whatever's going on inside your body. There's different muscle groups that are turning on and turning off. So just stay curious about that. And then 1 more repetition. Arching, tipping the pelvis forward, feel the muscles engaging in the back body, and now release the muscles in the back body by lowering the elbow to the floor. And now let's come back to twisting to the left, and keep your elbow down, and if you'd like to close your eyes, we're just going to explore twisting left and right, everything moving in the same direction. Sometimes it's nice to feel the engagement of the left leg and left gluteal muscle group. And then we release muscles on that side as we twist to the left, bring the left shoulder blade back. Okay, now if your eyes were closed, please open your eyes. We'll do post-check. Place your hand on your knee and turn and look over your shoulder and notice if you've increased your range of motion. And I don't know about you, but my eyes were over there to begin with, and now my eyes are over behind me. So this is an example of how we've just repatterned and lengthened, reset the length of the muscles. So come out of this body shape for a minute, I want to share something. So a contracted muscle, a sore muscle, a muscle that's in spasm, the belly of the muscle is shortened, and this is why we have a lack of flexibility. To regain our flexibility, we want to have muscles in their optimal length. And the reason why we're increasing our range of motion is because we're resetting the level of the length of a muscle from the level of the brain. And that's why you're noticing such a difference, hopefully, through this practice. So let's do this opposite side, left knee forward and right foot back. And again, please use props if you need to. You also can modify this for a chair, you just have to get a little creative. Left hand behind you, and the arm and hand are acting as a kickstand. Right hand on left knee, and let's turn to the left and just look over the shoulder. Without forcing the stretch, just notice where your body wants to stop naturally. And the hip is going to roll forward too. So where my body wants to stop is right about here. How about you? So open your eyes and pick an imaginary spot, or put an imaginary dot on a spot and remember that place. And then unwind from the twist and place your right hand on your left shoulder, and let's begin. So just like the other side, start twisting and spiraling to the left. Right hip rolls forward, left shoulder blade comes back. Feel the strength of your back muscles, and now notice how they disengage as you come out of the twist, and bring the right hip down and bring the right shoulder blade back. And again, we'll just slowly and smoothly, I encourage you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable already from knowing what we did on the other side, and just explore with your internal awareness from the inside out. So we're just twisting left and right, creating these different body shapes. And we're bringing awareness, more awareness to how the body moves, with the intent of moving with pleasure. Move in a way that just feels good to your body. And now we'll change it up. As the shoulders go to the right, the head is going to look left. And when we move left, the head is going to move right without pain or strain. And as we move to the right, the head moves to the left. Right shoulder blade goes back, left shoulder blade comes forward, and then last time, left shoulder blade comes back, and we look over the right shoulder. Come back to center and place the fingertips on the chin. This part of the sequence is to help balance out left and right brain, and also it helps release the muscles of the face. So let's go ahead and move to the left with the twist, but with your eyes, look to the right. And if you're doing this for the first time, this might feel a little odd, but this is incredible brain to muscle learning right now with keeping the head centered over the chest with the eyes moving the opposite direction. So just slow and smooth. Explore your range of motion. Feel your right leg and into the gluteal muscles engage and disengage. The pelvis changes shapes. And then last time to the left. And release your hand and place your hand on your left shoulder. So in this part of the sequence, we start automatically in a slight twist. And we're going to keep this twist comfortably. So place your hand on your shoulder, look down past your elbow, and draw an imaginary line from the floor to the ceiling. Connect your chin to your forearm and feel the strength of your back muscles. Without pain or strain, mindfully lower down toward the floor, bringing the elbow down, releasing the muscles of the back body, and you can tilt your pelvis forward slightly. Release the muscles of the neck. Lifting up again, slow and smooth. Feel all the different muscle groups starting to engage in the back body, including the shoulder. And as you come out of it, feel the muscles in the back body releasing and the shoulder releasing and the neck muscles releasing. And come back to center. And now we'll finish by twisting right and left. So bring your right shoulder blade back and pause. And let's turn to the left. So if you notice, I'm working with my eyes closed because I'm doing this practice with you. And I'm scanning my body from the inside out, enjoying witnessing how my body feels in all these different shapes. So just a natural breath. Enjoy twisting left and right, creating this beautiful spiral with the spine, making it easy, simple, twisting left and right. And this will be the last repetition. And then when you're finished, let's do the post check. So sit up nice and tall, place your right hand on the left knee. The hand is behind you. Sit up nice and tall and look over your left shoulder. And notice if you've increased your range of motion. So did you notice if you've changed? For me, I was looking over here, and at the end now I'm looking over here. That means that my bunched muscles that were tight in my back have now lengthened. And that's also how we regain our flexibility, because we want our muscles in that optimal length. So let's come out of this shape. We're almost finished with the practice, but let's just shake the legs out a little bit, because we've been sitting for a while, and maybe flex and point the toes, circle the ankles, and we're going to move into our next position, which is lying down. So make sure you have enough room around you, and I'm going to invite you to lie down on your back and adjust your clothes so you're comfortable. And let's do a Soma scan. So a Soma scan is where we release all of the instructions. Close your eyes, take a cleansing breath in through the nose. Audible sound, exhale. And then in this moment, what do you notice on the level of internal felt sensation? So we're just taking a pause and enjoying what you're feeling. So for me, I'm feeling this really nice flow that feels, the best way I could describe for myself is slightly effervescent. In yoga, we call this prana, life force. I can feel a nice little hum, I suppose. So how do you feel right now? And then blink your eyes open. This is second to the last flow. It's called the somatic psoas release. The psoas also goes right through where I'm touching on my hips, and then the psoas attaches to the lower back and to the inside of the thigh. For those of us that do a lot of sitting, the psoas muscle's really tight. So the pre-check is to bring your right knee to the chest. Actually, I'm going to show you on the left leg first. Bring the left leg to the chest, towards the armpit, and extend the right leg. Now, instead of forcing the knee to the chest, some of you may just want to hold on to the hamstring. I'm just asking you to place your fingers interlaced and just hug your knee to the chest. Notice where it just stops. So this is the pre-check. And look at the distance between your knee and your shoulder. From this position, internally rotate the right leg so the toes point upward, and then engage the muscles of the right leg as you lift it off the ground a few inches. With the shoulders down and relaxed, choose to slowly lower that leg, the right leg. When the heel touches the floor, let the ankle open and just notice if the left knee wants to naturally come towards the chest. Wow, I had a big change, and I'm not intending to stretch. It's just a natural release of the psoas muscle group. Keeping the leg externally rotated, lift with this angle off the ground. Close your eyes and just notice if you feel different muscle groups engaging now in the right leg. Slowly lower the leg to the floor, and then release muscular effort with the right leg. And does your left knee want to come naturally closer to your chest? And let's do one more angle change with the leg. Internally rotate the right leg. And let's lift the right leg at this vector, this angle. So close your eyes and notice if you feel anything different with the right leg. We're accessing different muscle groups and repatterning them. So slowly release muscle effort of the right leg. And as you do, notice if the left knee wants to come closer in towards the chest. So post-check, look at your knee and notice if you've increased your range of motion. And for me, I definitely feel that my knee's closer to the chest. So that means that my psoas, actually a muscle group on both sides, have lengthened. So let's do the other side. Pre-check, bring the knee to the chest and just hold it here. So I'm just resting my hands on the top of my knee. If I was to stretch it, it would look like this, and I'm not intending to do that. It's just where my knee stops naturally. Internally rotate the left leg, lift the left leg up off the ground, close your eyes and feel the muscles of your left leg engaged. Mindfully disengage those muscle groups. When the heel touches the floor, then bring the knee in towards the chest. I forgot to have you do the pre-check on the right side, but now look at your right knee to the distance of your right knee to your shoulder, and let's see what happens from here on. So externally rotate the left leg, lift the left leg, and again, from the inside out, what do you notice? Slowly come down, and as the heel touches the floor, gently notice or see if the knee wants to come closer in towards the armpit. Internally rotate the left leg, lift the left leg off the floor, pause. What do you notice as sensation on the left leg now? And slowly lower, bring the heel to the floor, release muscular effort, and notice if the knee wants to come closer to the chest. So I am hopeful that you experience some change now in this part of the body, the psoas muscle group. So adjust your clothes again. We're almost finished with this practice, but I'd just like you to check in, so please take a deep breath with me. Inhale. Long exhale. And just let your body melt in towards the floor, softening, opening. And just notice if you can receive the sensations as they arise. So scan your body from the inside out. And from here, just to make sure that the muscles in the front and the back of the body are going to be balanced, please roll over to your side and back to seated. And sit up nice and tall. This is called the boat pose, arch and flatten. I like to end with my practice with this because it helps to make sure that the front and back body are released. So just holding on to the knees or the back of the thighs, and lead with your heart and sit up nice and tall And bring your shoulders back. And now tilt the pelvis as the chin comes to the chest. Bring your ribs down and create a C shape with your back body. And we'll repeat this several times. So tilt the pelvis forward, initiate the movement from the pelvis. As you lead with the heart, sit up nice and tall, shoulders come back. And we'll just do one more, letting the body create a C shape with the back body, chin to chest, and then come back sitting tall. And then if you'd like to finish the practice with me, then we'll finish cross-legged together. And, wow, okay, so we're gonna finish this by bringing your hands to your side, fingers pointing down, and together let's inhale, raise the arms up. And on the exhale, just let the arms float down by your side. 2 more, inhale, deep breaths. Extra sips of air at the top. And recycle, exhale, feel your body coming closer to the earth. And then last time, inhale. Feeling your body with life force through the breath. And then recycling, coming down. Rest your hands, palms facing up and back of the knees. Close your eyes. One last brief Soma scan. Soften the face, soften the shoulders, soften the belly. How do you feel? From the inside out. Gently blinking your eyes open. I want to thank you so much for exploring this practice with me. This is very unique to traditional yoga practices. I hope that you enjoyed experiencing your body in these different shapes and that you can join me again very soon. Namaste.